welcome to the show. It is me, your girl, Labora Lee, and it is Wet Wednesday. It definitely is a Wet Wednesday, and I have some things to get off my chest this evening. I didn't even put my little thing up. Hold up. It's Wet Wednesday. It is. We got a lot of things to get into this evening. Specifically, this particular episode is more about I hate to say my experience, but yeah, my experience without giving you too much of my own personal business, but I will give you some of it, just a little bit. But before I get to that, please check out this commercial. Fiverr, holler at them.
Want last minute brand design help? Get top tier Fiverr freelance creatives at your fingertips fast with secure payments and 24/7 support. Head to fiverr.com today and get something started.
All right, I'm back. Check out Fiverr. You need some work done. You're trying to build a brand. Good way to find graphic designers and all that good stuff, brand builders and all that. Speaking of brand, I'm going to get to that in a second. The link is in the description below. Also, any other affiliate of ours, the link is in the description below. But let me get to it. Let me talk to you about it this evening. So I said I was going to get to the brand thing, and I am right now. So me being the type of person that I am, I'm a Libra. It's all about the balance. I do have a petty and savage side to me, if you ever get me twisted. Part of the reason why I started this podcast was, I don't want to say being petty, but kind of being petty a little bit. Because my original trade is marketing. And I always been one of those type of people that wanted to fight for the underdog. So with my marketing company, I always made my prices fair. I don't think a lot of people understood that at the time, but I made my prices fair because I didn't want to be like all the other firms and charge you an arm and a leg for work that wasn't being done. That's first. But when you work with other people, sometimes, especially when you're trying to be the fair one, they want it done the way that they want it done. I'm not understanding that maybe their way is not really the way because they're not a marketer. So it's your brand, but your brand, it takes certain things to help build that brand. It's not just the product that you offer. It's not just the aesthetics are everything, but it's a lot of things that go into that, a lot of things that pile on. So when I started this podcast, some of you, if you're familiar with the podcast, I used to have a partner. It wasn't going with my idea of what a brand should be. So when that ended, me having a partner ended, and I just took the reins on my own, then it really was me starting this podcast about me being petty, one, to teach people how to build a brand, two, which I pretty much done that. I'm still building the brand because now I'm not going anywhere. But number two, to teach people that I could build a brand. And I think I've made my point, but now I'm deep in it. I'm deep in it. So I don't think I'm being petty anymore. I think it's really about the passion and the love that I have for doing what it is that I do when it comes down to the podcast, Ambitiously Entertainment, as an entity, as a company in a whole, as a brand. Like I take great pride in this right here that I do. And so I just wanted to start with a little story time about why I really started this podcast in the beginning. And now you know. But I love what I do. I love doing this podcast. It's great. It's exciting. New things happen every day. And the more things happen for this podcast, for this brand, the more excited I get. So yeah, I'm here. You're stuck with me. All right, but I'm gonna keep it moving. So I got some other things I want to get off my chest today as well. And I'm gonna tell you why I want to get these things off my chest. Again, I'm gonna let you into my life, not giving too much of my business, but giving just enough. The one thing that you will find out as we go along with this podcast is that I'm very much an advocate for children. Very much. Like, children, they're what's going to keep us going. They're going to keep, I hate to sound like Whitney Houston, but I believe our children are our future. So in my mind, the only way that you could keep that going is to protect them and to advocate for them. So I'm always going to do that. I'm a mom first before anything. And in my mind, it's like, take care of the babies. I have bonus babies. Take care of the babies, right? So with that being said, there are a few things I want to get out the way before I get into the other stuff, which is this. The one job we have to do as parents is be parent. Well, the one thing that we were put here on this earth to do is be fruitful and multiply. But after you are fruitful and after you multiply, the next thing you have to do is take care of that seed. Take care of your seed. That's it. Protect your seed. Take care of your seed. Love your seed. Remember that the things that you do affect their outcome. How you carry things. Like, I would never argue with her father in front of her. And I've had arguments with him in the past, but I've taken those arguments elsewhere and to send her to her room to play or whatever, so that she's not in the middle of that. Stop putting your kids in the middle of stuff. It's not fair to them. It's really not. You might not always agree when you're in a co-parenting situation, but one thing that should never happen is your child should be in the middle of it. And don't allow your children to play both of you guys against each other. That's the next thing I wanted to say. And the last thing, don't play with anybody else's kids, because you don't know. First of all, I'm crazy. Don't play with my kid. But secondly, when you mess with other people's children, you don't know what the outcome is going to be to that. 1, 2, you shouldn't be messing with nobody else's children anyway. But that's that. So I just wanted to do a little child advocacy, because I am like I said, one of those people that I'm always going to stand for making sure our children, especially in the African American community, are built up. Because I feel like right now that's a lot of the problem with the world as it stands. Nobody's looking at that anymore, and they more so looking at, all right, well, it's about me, which leads to my next subject. Well, it's not really a subject. The next thing we're going to talk about. It's okay to be selfish. You have to be, in order to be happy and maintain your lifestyle, but you can't always exhibit selfish behavior. If you're always thinking about yourself, the people that you call yourselves wanting to be around, or call yourself wanting to be around, and the people that you claim that you love, if you're always thinking about yourself, they're going to get tired of it at some point in time and be like, because it can't be all about you. It has to be about everybody. Again, it's okay to be selfish sometimes. It's all right. I have my selfish moments. Like, sometimes I don't necessarily want to spend time with my spouse with the kids around. Sometimes I do. Like, it's okay to be selfish. And especially if you're a parent, because you spend so much time, if you're a good parent, you spend so much time focusing on what it is you have to do for them, that you need some time to yourself, and you need some time with your spouse. That's very, very important. So it's okay to be selfish from time to time. Just remember that your selfish actions, if you're being selfish all of the times, they will come back and bite you in the butt. So just remember that. And that's what I'm going to say about that. I'm going to keep it moving. I am going to play a few videos this evening. I'm just trying to figure out what direction I want to go with it. So, and remember, how you treat people is always going to come back either on you or to you. If you treat people good, people will remember that, like, oh, this is a solid person. But if you're out here treating people like crap, yeah, oh no, this is a disrespectful, nasty person. I don't want to be around that person. And so just treat people good. Like, you can't just be out here treating people any kind of way. You can't. So remember, it'll either come back on you, or it'll come back to you. It's one of the two. So what I said, I was going to give y'all a little bit of my business. The one thing is, and it's not really giving you my business, but something occurred over the weekend, and it was pertaining to my child and my whole thing. Well, a couple of things occurred. One was pertaining to the child that I birthed, and then the other thing was pertaining to some children I really, really love. And all I'm going to just say is just stop playing with people. Stop putting the children in the middle of your stuff. Stop bringing toxic behavior around them because they inherit that behavior. I've noticed a lot lately, Dawn, when I get on social media. This is why sometimes I'll be like, all right, I'm going to take a break, because I've noticed over the years a lot of women and men. It's not a one-sided situation. I'm a woman, but, I try to be unbiased when it comes down to this. Occasionally I'll get on there and I see a man talking about, why do ladies do this? And ladies expect this. And I could pull up one person's page right now and read some of the things that but I'm not going to do that because that might be a little bit disrespectful. And I've seen ladies, why do dudes do this? And dudes ain't this. And what you get is what you project. Also, what you get is what you go out there searching for. If you want a hood ratchet chick, you're going to get that. And she's not going to be what you want her to be. She's not going to turn into that magically. It's not just going to turn on and all of a sudden I'm this docile and demure lady. No, she's going to still be the hood ratchet. The hood rat that you got from the beginning. She's going to still be there. She's not going to change. Stop thinking that just because you got with a person, they're going to change who they are. Get to know the person before you get with them, and that way you won't have any confusion about who they are. Find out who the hell they are first. Get to know the person. I really am a firm believer in courtship. You being friends with the person that you choose before you jump into a relationship with them. Because here's the thing. If you jump into the relationship with them and then, things transpire, you have children with them, all of that, but you still trying to get to know them and you haven't seen the sides of them and all of that stuff, then you kind of trapped. And now you got to deal with this person forever. Now, there is a flip side to that. Because y'all know I always play devil's advocate. There's a flip side of that. You can know a person for 10 years and still not know who the hell they are. I'm going to repeat myself. You can know a person for 10 years and still not know who the hell they are. People change, attitudes change, things change. But at least you have, with knowing them for 10 years, a little groundwork, a little, legwork. You put in a little legwork. And so a little something about them. But when you get with these people, you hook up with these people, and you're in a rush. You rush. What winds up happening is you get into a situation that you can't get yourself out of. Or you get into a situation where you get out of it, and then it turns into something crazy. So take your time. But also, what I'll say is when it comes to terms of relationships, I'm not going to tell you what to write on social media, but people look. People look at it, people see it. And if you have any intention on seeing somebody else later and they're looking at that, like if you got a female that you like, or if you got a male that you like, and they seeing all the stuff that you write on social media, guess what? They look like, nah. Because I seen how you do this, and you feel me? That ain't cute. Or I seen how you move when it came to that situation, and that ain't cute. So, just watch what y'all put on social media. I just say that. I'm not going to tell you what to post. That's not my job. I'm not your keeper. I'm not here to tell you exactly what to do. I'm going to just say, be mindful, because it'll come back and bite you in the ass later. You get in a relationship with the next person and they like watching everything you do because they scared you're going to do the stuff that you did prior. A hard lesson that I had to learn. A very hard lesson that I had to learn, but I learned. There's certain responsibilities when you have to have when it comes to social media. So I just say that. I post stuff about my spouse on social media, but I'm mindful of things. You don't know when I'm mad at him. Well, I'm rarely even mad at him, but he know when I'm mad. When I do get mad, he know when I'm mad at him, because I'd rather give it to him than to give it to y'all on social media. It's just, who am I communicating? Who am I dating? Who am I with? I'm with him. I'm not with you. So why should I give the information to you that I should be giving to him? And that's how I feel about that. So watch what you. It's not always a fellas versus the ladies. If you're looking for something, well, I first don't look. If what's meant to be will be. If it's meant for you, it'll come to you. I'm gonna give that advice, and I'm giving that advice because I actually lived that life right now. I didn't go looking. I didn't go searching. What was for me came to me. It ushered itself right on in. So I'm not only a client, I'm one of them. I don't want to say a president, but close enough. But it doesn't have to be a fellas versus ladies thing. And especially if you're ever going to, unless you have intentions of never being in a relationship again, stop saying that we're all the same. Stop putting people in a box. It's an assumption that all women are going to be like this. And it's an assumption that all men are going to be like this. And then you're blocking your blessings, because you could potentially be blocking yourself of somebody who is not like that. It's polar opposite of what you had before. And you won't know because you didn't give it a chance, because you have this perception, this assumption that all people are the same, and they're not. But I'm going to take a quick water break. Hold on, let me get my water. I'm going to take a quick water break real quick. And then we're going to get back to what I was talking about, but I know where I was at. So we're going to play Hey Mister by Miss Crystal Sharon, and also produced by Mr. J. Phone Carter.
Hey Mister, I know you're feeling all alone. Hey sister, you're not the only one that's got it wrong. No, no. Ooh, and I get ya. You're wondering where your life went wrong. Oh, where did you go wrong? Look at the bigger picture, yeah. Your life wouldn't be so hard if you weren't special. And yes, I said it's special. Don't let nobody stop ya. People will talk, won't be around. They won't be around. They won't be around. Hey, mister, you don't always have to be strong. It doesn't make you weaker. I'm talking to your sister. Did you ever consider you still have life you can turn around? It can turn around. You are still here. It can turn around. As long as you have breath, it can turn around, baby. It can turn around. It can turn around. Don't you dare give up. It can turn around. 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 Don't you give up. It can turn around. It can turn around. It can turn around.
I'm back. Hey. All right, so that was Miss Crystal Sharon. Hey Mister. I love that song, dope song. So getting back to what I was talking about before I went to video break. It does not always have to be fellas versus women. It doesn't have to be. It is what you make it. You make it that way, it'll be that way. Just be open to what life has to offer you. And remember, actions are more important than words. A person can tell you anything, but they'll show you. What they show you is the most important thing. Like, somebody be like, oh, I love you, but if they don't show you that they love you, then what's the point? What are you doing? And that's that. And remember, disrespect should never be tolerated. In no situation when you get with somebody should you be tolerating disrespect. I think that's why a lot of people were upset with the Ari Fletcher comment, because it's basically you saying like, all right, and you're telling people whose minds are impressionable that it's okay for a person to disrespect you. In hindsight, that's what I got from it. And no, maybe that's not what you were saying, but that's how you say it and what you say. It's all about context. You feel me? Like, people don't know exactly what you mean if you don't break it down and explain it to them. So they just run it with, oh, I gotta get me a dude that's gonna pull out his gun and tell me I can't go nowhere. No, baby, that's abuse. That's disrespectful. Nobody should ever treat you that way. But it is what it is. I digress. Anyway, stop making assumptions. It's an old saying. I used to hate it hearing it back in the day, but it's an old saying. Assumptions will make an asshole out of you. You don't know what people got going on, especially if you're not around them every day. You're not talking to them every day. They're not, you know what I mean? You're assuming. So stop making assumptions, because it will make an asshole out of you. It will. It absolutely will. Stop doing that shit. But we're going to roll into some other. Normally, hold on before I get to that. Now, if you are looking for, because the subject matter is going to be a little different tonight. Normally, I get into how to improve your sex life or how to improve your intimacy with your partner, which if we got time, I think I'll dive into a little bit of that tonight too. But I got some things to talk to you about, and it's not necessarily about improving. We'll get to that in a second. Try laughing a little bit more, y'all, please. Like, with all that's going on in the world right now, what helps you get through life and is some positivity and laughter. Live, laugh, laugh. Yes. Saving that for last. I'm going to get into, because there's something else I want to talk to you, but let me just say this. A lot of things are happening with this podcast right now. For those who tuned into the podcast on Monday, I told y'all about the ranking in Ireland through Apple Podcasts. That was beautiful. Then I got some other information today that'll help me and, do bigger things, but I'm glad they're paying attention and watching now, and I like it. So you'll see some little things that'll creep up here and there as we go along, but we have a lot of work to do. We're not done yet, but we've made a lot of progress in this year. It hasn't been, this year and a half, we've made a lot of progress. So, yeah, I'm proud of what we're doing over here, and we're going to try to keep working and keep trying to bring more content, better content. So that's that. But it's nothing like having a partner or spouse that is very encouraging and very supportive. I could honestly say, for the first time in my life, I met somebody. Well, I didn't meet because I met him a long time ago, but I'm with somebody that encourages me and has my back, and like, no, you. Even when I want to quit, he's like, no, you can't. You got to keep going. You got to keep it going. You got to keep moving. You got to keep working hard, because this is your thing. This is the house that you built, and ain't nobody else going to build it for you. So you got to keep doing it, and it's going to be naysayers out here that's going to tell you can't. Don't listen to them. You can. And I'm so happy that I listened to him, because me listening to him is why the good things start to happen. So thanks, babe. Anyway, now I can get to the nitty gritty. It's not okay to be bitter. I've said this before in this podcast, and I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it because it's true. When you go through a breakup with somebody, or And it don't matter how many years in between, because people stay bitter for years, especially when they feel like they're one upping you. Like, okay, so we broke up. I'm gonna give you an example. You're in a relationship with a person. Y'all break up. You know, people break up every day. And we're going to talk about the do's and don'ts of breakups tonight. That's why I said normally I would tell you how to encourage you to stay. But there's some things we got to talk about, because some people out here acting crazy. They don't know how to act. And so hopefully I can encourage them to change their behavior. But scenario, you get in a relationship with somebody, things don't work out. Y'all break up, right? The breakup happens. Now, one person, the one person gets into a relationship, right? Cool, whatever. The other person is, all right, cool, I understand. You had to move on with your life. Do your thing. But then the person who got into the relationship, the new relationship first, sees that the other person gets into a relationship, and for some strange reason, they get bitter. It's not cute. Or you dating a person, you break up. One person gets into a relationship, and the person who's not in a relationship is bitter because that person is in a relationship. It's not cute. It's not okay to be bitter. It didn't work out. Let it go. Let it go. You get more bees with honey. You feel me? So, like, let it go. Sometimes things just don't work out in life. But and especially if you cause the problem. If you cause the problem, you have no right, no grounds, no anything to be bitter. Let it go. So I'm going to give y'all some tips tonight about how we can go about moving on without being bitter and without causing havoc, because that's very important. Nobody wants to be around a toxic ass person. Nobody. It's not cool in any kind of way. If you decide that relationship is not for you anymore, let it go. If the person you was with decide that that's not what they want anymore, let it go. But before I get to those do's and don'ts, because it's things that happen before you break up with somebody. Sometimes it's just you grow apart, and that's okay too. Just learn how to be a friend. You feel me? But I'm not really one of those people who are big on revenge cheating. I'm a strong believer in karma. And so instead of, like, for example, if I'm in a relationship with somebody and they get caught cheating, I'm not going to cheat on them to get back at them. I'm going to leave them, because that's the best way I could get back at them. That's the best way I can moving on is the best revenge you could ever get. You think sleeping with somebody else or dating somebody else while you still dating them is no. Now you're just as bad as they are. You feel me? Move on and do your thing while you're moving on, and leave them be. Leave them where they stand, because obviously you weren't for them. Obviously they didn't want you. They want whatever it is that they want. And sometimes, because ladies, this is where we get it twisted. A lot of times when it comes to a dude cheating, is not necessarily he want the person. It's just the opportunity presented itself. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to keep it a buck. And I understand that. Sometimes the opportunity presented itself. Just think about it like this. They say, I don't know about the odds now because it's weird times, but they say it's for every one man, it's like 10 women. If the opportunity presents itself, he might get weak, have a weak moment, and he might mess around. That doesn't mean go cheat on him because he cheated on you. Fellas, y'all get it twisted. Y'all think we cheating when women cheat on men, it's because the same reason why y'all cheat on women. That's not true. Most women are emotional cheaters. What I mean by emotional cheaters is they don't feel like they being loved at home, or maybe the dude that they with is abusive, and they ran to somebody else's arms so they could feel security and safe. Or they ran to the dude's arms so they could feel love, or whatever. But it's an emotional thing. It's not, I just got to go out here and be sleeping with people. It's not that when it comes to women. It's the total opposite. I can honestly tell you that most women don't cheat just because they need a sneaky link. Even though I don't know about these younger people, but people in the older age bracket, they get what I'm saying. Now, I guess it's about the sneaky link, but most of the time it's because women just are lacking something at home, and so they went out to it. But what I will say is revenge cheating will never get you what you want. It's not going to make you feel any better. It's not going to do any of those things. But usually, once that happens, it leads to a breakup because dudes can't take the things that they do to women. Like, the things that they do to women, they can't take it being done to them. So somewhere along the line, and most dudes, if they get cheated on by a woman, they're like, you know what, I'm done. You feel me? And they don't want to be with the woman anymore. I've seen that a lot. Women, on the other hand, sometimes we get so we can be like, all right, I'm going to take him back, but he got one more time. You give him that one more time. Remember this. You can't keep bringing up the past. Now, you can't keep bringing up the past. The reason being is because you gave him another opportunity. Now, if he does it again and you take him back after that, then that's your dumbass fault. That's not his fault. That's your stupidity. But I also am one of those type of people that believe in having a forgiving heart. You fuck me that one time. That's the one time you get to fuck me over. Don't let me catch you doing that shit again because I'm leaving your ass and I ain't coming back. And that's just what it is. Once I'm gone, I'm gone. I don't have time to be doing, there's no revolving door here. You can't keep coming back to me after you've done me dirty. I forgave you once. That's all you get. Ain't no 3 strikes you out. Ain't no 3 times you can cheat. No, it's the one time. I gave you a pass. I understood. You probably had a moment of weakness, but if you do it 2, 3 times, no, 2, ain't no third. And the second time, you out the door and I'm done for good. But let me see the time. We good. The next day, wait, to that is, all right, now we breaking up. So I'm going to give y'all the do's and don'ts of breaking up. Because sometimes we do stupid stuff when we break up with people and we really just don't get it. So hold on, I got to go back to where my notes were. I got notes here, I got notes. I had notes everywhere. After you have a breakup with somebody, you need to make sure, and it's not going to come in any kind of order for real. You got to make sure that there are boundaries. It's hard when you break up with somebody, so sometimes it's easy to avoid the person that you broke up with. But if you live in a small town or a small city, odds are it's going to be hard. So just knowing, and y'all know the same people, and it's going to be hard. So set clear boundaries with one another once you break up. That'll help you out. Like, all right, I know I'm going to see you, or I know you're going to be around. Let's try not to make this as hard, any harder than it has to be. Me personally, we break up. That don't mean that I hate your gut. Well, it depends on what you did to me, because you can put your hands on me. I hate your guts. We're enemies for life. But, we break up. So it's not a problem for me to speak to an ex. You feel me? Hey, how you doing? And keep it moving. So just set your boundaries. It don't always have to be. And as long as you have boundaries and an understanding, it makes it easier, even if you see that person. Hold on, we got a comment before I move on to my next thing. If you're from another country, thank you for coming through and leaving a comment. But I speak English, baby. I don't speak other languages, so I couldn't really, go through the translation anyway. But before you even get to that point where y'all start, make sure you have some time apart. A nice little minute. I recommend just taking some time apart from each other. Not really rushing to see their face. You know what I mean? That make it a little bit, it just softens the blow a little bit. Respect each other's needs. Some of y'all, you break up with a person and then you get crazy and you don't want to let it go, but you're not together anymore. And it's not going to make the person want to be with you any more than it did. So don't text them. Don't call them. Don't ask friends to talk to them for you. Even if you miss them, even if you really, really miss them, just relax. Even if you have friends in common, just deal with that friend, but keep that friend out of the middle of it. Just take some time to be away from that person. If that person needs you to not be in their space, just don't get in their space. Just chill. Make sure you take some time to maintain the physical and the mental distance. Everybody need their time to get things. So just friend guidelines. Let's talk about that. Keeping some distance doesn't mean doing anything that you wouldn't typically do with a friend, such as cuddling or, close contact, spending the night with each other in the same bed, treating each other to expensive meals and all that stuff. I wouldn't do that if I'm breaking up with somebody. I wouldn't cuddle with anybody that I broke up with. We not together, we not cuddling. I'm not spending the night with anybody that I broke up with. We're not together. Why would I be doing that? I would treat them out for a meal. I'm not going to say how. I can take them out. That's friends. That's what friends do. And I'm not going to be providing consistent financial support. I'm not going to be giving you too much emotional support. If we're friends, I can give you emotional support, but it's limited. It's very limited. And especially if we broke up and you coming to me about anything you got going on, I can't. Have a discussion about how y'all going to handle the situation when y'all see each other. Like, all right, well, what if we have to be around each other? And especially if you're in a situation where you have children, you got to be able to, deal with each other. Or even if you both have children from different relationships, but y'all, kind of bonded the families, it's still got to be some level of, all right, we don't want to just rip each other off, rip them apart from each other. So still, it can still be a friendship there without any craziness or major damage. You just got to figure out how you're going to maneuver that. Maybe they could drop their kids off for a play date with your kid, or maybe you could drop your kid off for a play date with their kid. But it depends on how your relationship is. The one thing that I always will tell you is make sure you take care of yourself. Prioritize self-care. Do things that bring you joy. I'm big on meditation. I am. I'm big on exercise too, but if you like to cook, make sure it's a healthy meal. But if you like to cook, all that good stuff. Listen to music. Start a journal. Maybe go see somebody and get some other outside support. You might need that. You never know. But do things that are good for you and your core self. Make sure you get sleep. It's things that are very, very important that you do to be able to get through a rough breakup. Again, do things that you enjoy, and it doesn't have to be like if riding a bike. If you like gardening, get out, start a garden. Just do the things that you like to do. It's good. That gives you time to unpack everything that you've been through. It's sort of a debrief. Don't be afraid to express yourself. And that includes anger, sadness, grief, and confusion and loneliness. It's okay to express yourself and let people know how you feel. It is absolutely okay. I think it's very important. I think a lot of people just like, I'm not gonna, I'm gonna put the shield up so nobody knows that I'm hurting. It's okay to say that you're hurting. It's okay to say that this does not feel good, that this is happening. It's okay. It's all right. But at the same time, don't sit in your feelings. Don't sit there and stay stuck in that place, because it's not going to be healthy for you. Get out, take a walk, clean the house, play some music, open the curtains, burn some candles, some nice, fresh, citrusy kind of smells and stuff, whatever you like to smell. Take long hot baths and showers and things with your favorite products. Okay, I was trying to see what's going on in my house. I heard a lot of noise. But take some time for you. The moral of the story is breakups are already hard and they don't get easier unless you take the time to nurture yourself and make sure you're able to deal with the things that are going on in your life. I'm fortunate because I have, like I said, I have a great support system. I have a loving support system. It's a lot of love here, and I love every bit of it. And again, that was my friend. That's why I believe in the courtship. That was my friend before he was anything. So it makes it easier, and the security and the love is there, and I love that part too. But oh God, I don't want to speak this into existence. Father God, don't. That's not what I'm asking for. But by chance that something did happen where we weren't together anymore, I would take a lot of time to get myself back in order. Don't rush to date nobody. That's not the answer. Running and laying up underneath somebody. You know, it's a saying they used to say, the only way to get over somebody is to get hook up, or the saying was the way to get over a man is to get underneath another man. That's not true. Don't do that shit. That's stupid. Take some time for you. Get in tune with who you are, and everything else will fall in place. That's one thing that I'm grateful that I did before I got in the relationship I'm in right now, is I definitely took a year to really get my mind right before I decided to like really even start messing with the person I'm even start considering dating the person I'm dating. I took me a nice, cool year off, and I had this whole movement going. I ain't want a boyfriend. That's not to say I didn't have fun. That's just to say I was like, fuck this. I don't want to be with anybody. I just want to take some time for me. And I did that. And my real friends attest to that. Like they said, yeah, she had a whole freaking movement. She didn't want to be in a relationship at all. And I took some time for me. And then gradually I got to this place where I'm at right now. So I'm grateful that I did take that time. And I'm grateful that the person that I did wind up receiving was somebody that, you know, made me feel safe and secure. And it's a good space. And I don't have no beef. But before I get to, I'm going to show some love in a minute. So before I get to that though, please check out this message about our affiliates. What's up, guys? It is me, your girl, Labora Lee. And guess what? Today is a great day to start your own podcast. Whether you're looking for a new marketing channel, have a message you want to share with the world, or you just think it would be fun to have a talk show, podcasting is an easy, inexpensive, fun way to expand your reach. Buzzsprout is hands down the easiest and best way to launch, promote, and track your podcast. Your show can be online and listed in all major podcast directories like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and more within minutes of finishing your recording. Following the link in our description, let Buzzsprout know that we sent you, and it gets you a $20 gift card from Amazon when you sign up for a paid plan. And it helps support our show. So let's start our podcast today. Let's get to creating, people. Time is of the essence. All right, I'm back. Yeah, man. I want y'all to be creatives out here. I want to go click the link so you can get that gift card too. But anyway, life is long. Well, I don't know. I can't even really say that right now because we're going through so much as people in general. I don't care what shade you are and what your background is. We are all going through a lot of things right now. And so just be safe out here. That's the first thing I want to say. But because of all of those things, I think that it's a time to reflect and you know, just focus. Get focused and know that life does not actually have to be a continuous battle. It doesn't always have to be a war. It doesn't have to be that way. You can find happiness. It's just about what you allow. Fellas, it's not always about bashing y'all. Ladies, I'm a woman, and I'm going to get y'all right. I'm going to tell y'all what y'all need to hear, because that's the type of person I am. I am a brutally honest person. Sorry. If you ain't right, I'm going to tell you. But it don't always have to, like I said, it's not always a us versus them type of situation. Sometimes maybe you need to sit down and reflect. Maybe it's something, maybe you're not out here doing anything crazy, but sometimes it's you. It's not always them. So just think about that. And don't be out here cheating, revenge cheating. That's horrible. It's a horrible thing to do, and karma is a motherfucker. And it's always going to come back to bite you in the ass. I can promise you that. But I want to show some love real quick, because these people love me and I love them. And shout out to whoever's watching on Twitch or YouTube, or watching from my Ambitiously the podcast page on Facebook. Hi, thank you, love you, thank you for coming through. All right, so let me just show my love. We are in 6 continents. I don't count Antarctica. It doesn't even stay. The sun doesn't stay out that long over there anyway, and it's weird. You know what I mean? People aren't watching in Antarctica. I'm quite sure they got a lot of other things going on, like science and all that good stuff. So we're in 6 continents: North America, Europe, Asia, Oceania, Africa, and South America. And I thank you all for coming through and checking this podcast. I appreciate you so much. I do. You guys are great. You guys are amazing. We are in 21 countries. So I'm going to show the country love, because that list I'm always going to go through it, and then I'll get to the other list in a second. Hold on. So, hi, United States. I love you. Thank you for let me just start. Thank you to everybody for coming through and checking out the podcast. Even if you only did it one time, I appreciate you. United States, France, Germany, India, Brazil, Netherlands, Singapore, South Africa, United Kingdom, Spain, Philippines, Belgium, Australia, Mexico, Ireland, Nepal, Barbados, Israel, Canada, Japan, and Hong Kong. I love all of you guys. Thank you so much. You guys are great. Now, here's the thing. This list I'm about to read off, we are in 205 cities. Monday was 204. Now we're in 205. 205 cities is a lot of cities to read off. So I don't do that anymore. I used to, but as the list gets longer, I cannot. It's too much to read through. But what I can do is do the top cities for the people who come down and download the most, and show y'all some love, and hope that you guys catch up so I can put you on, I can shout out your city too. So again, 205 cities. San Jose, always been my day ones, always been my babies. I love you. Baltimore, Maryland, my city. What's up, Baltimore? Hey, Baltimore. France, I will never butcher the name of this city, but I love you. Spring Valley, Nevada, I love you guys. Kisses. Columbus, Ohio, hi, babies. I love you. Frankfurt, Germany, hi, Germany. I see you. I'm watching, baby. I'm watching. I see you. I see you. Washington, Virginia, I love you. North Las Vegas, Nevada, I love you. Norton Shores, Michigan, I love you. Ashburn, Virginia, I love you. I love you guys so much. Thank you for coming through and checking this podcast. You don't have to, but you do, and I appreciate you so much. Much love. Thanks, Ireland, for letting me rank in Ireland. I appreciate you. A lot of things, we're working on some things. Things are going to change gradually, but not too much. I'm going to keep it the same, but we're going to just try to work on improving this podcast. That's how we deal with things over here. We don't just get complacent. We try to improve things. And so if you have any suggestions, you can go to our website, drop a comment on our contact page. You can send me an email, and I'm about to put that out really quick. You can shoot me an email. Well, actually, if you go to our, I got to talk about this one more thing before I go. This is very heavy on my mind to talk about it. But if you want to shoot us an email, thepodcast@gmail.com. Now, if you go in our description below, hit the Linktree link. Every link that we have for this podcast for Ambitiously Entertainment is in that one link. Hit the link. It's a whole bunch of links. It's going to give you everywhere you need to go to find us. So hit the link. It's called TreeLink / ambitiously. I was ambitiously. It's in the description. Just hit the link. All right, y'all. I wanted to talk about this one situation before I go. And I got a couple of minutes. I can talk about it. I wanted to talk about ladies. Stop trying to trap these men, specifically celebrity men. Let me tell you. So I'm quite sure by now some of y'all heard about what went on with Drake and the condom situation. And from my understanding, but everything on this podcast is alleged because I wasn't there and it didn't happen to me. It would never happen to me. I'm not that kind of lady. But from my understanding, Drake had an encounter with a young lady. They went out, had a good time. They went back to the crib. They engaged in they fucked. And this is a taboo night. They had sex. He had on a condom. He went to the bathroom, put on the condom, had sex. He did what he did. He finished up. He went to the bathroom and he disposed of the condom. The young lady then in turn goes to the bathroom, gets the condom out of the trash can and proceeds to put the contents of the condom inside of her. She got a rude awakening though because Drake puts hot sauce in his condom to kill the sperm. And so when she put the contents of that condom inside of her, she got a hot pocket, a molten lava. She had hot sauce literally in her bag. Like, come on, y'all. When you do things like try to trap a man, that was, first of all, let me tell you, you're doing nasty heifer. It was nasty that you went in the trash can to get the condom. That's first. That's very nasty. That's very disgusting. It's trifling that you then try to insert that man's sperm into yourself so you could trap him. That's what you were trying to do. You were trying to trap him. And I think he learned from the first time he got trapped. And he said never again. That was disgusting. So now she wants to try to sue him because of the hot sauce was in her stuff. I think the judge, well, I don't know, I'm not the judge, but if I was the judge, I'll throw it out because who told you to go dig in a trash can, get the condom out, and try to put it in your stuff anyway? That would never have happened had you not been a trashy, nasty girl. That would have never happened. But no, you had to go. You had to have. It wasn't enough that you just hooked up with him. That wasn't enough. But anyway, yeah, y'all. So stop trying to trap people. If it's meant for you, again, it will be for you. You trap, and then that, even if you did wind up getting pregnant, now he regrets you, possibly regrets the baby. It just makes no sense. And all of that because you was trying to trap a celebrity so you can have a baby by him and I guess get a bag. But guess what? I don't think I'm going to get a bag now, boo. I just don't. How much time we got? We have enough time for another video. But before I get to that video, I'm going to play this really quick.
What does getting it all done actually look like? A lot like this. Meet your new workspace. Oh, I'm not sharing the right screen, am I? Let's try this again. Meet your new workspace. Your whole team, right here. Let me just, sorry, Karen. All those projects on hold, just a click away from complete. Success is closer than you think. It's actually over there, right next to your Success Manager. It's built to expand as needed. The perfect freelancer for every project? Yes, please. Go ahead. You can use the F word as much as you want here. This is your selection of global freelance talent that never sleeps. All vetted for their excellence and their expertise. Love you, Kevin. Only thing left? Add your favorites to your list and share with your team. Okay, not all of them. Leave it to them to tackle all your business needs, leaving you free. Well, at least free to get more done. That's how fast they work.
Ready to transform your business?
Oh, that looks good. Love that. Approved. Oh, still sharing my screen.
Remember, all links to our affiliates are below in the description. Whether it's Fiverr, you might need them. If you listen, you can use both those links. And I'm going to tell you why. You can start a podcast. And then after you start said podcast, you can go to Fiverr to get somebody to do graphics for you, help you brand your podcast. There's so many things that can happen there. So check out Fiverr. This song I'm about to play is called Intentional Thought Freestyle by Truly Him. Check it out. Young man out of Washington, D.C. Dope artist. I love his music. Let's go. Shout out to Truly Him.
Da 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 da. Do 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 do. Deep inside, I feel the city in my soul. Calamari in a drink, I'm up at Ben's next door. And I'ma make money to the point where it won't be no fold. This trapping music getting old, so I'm the perfect centerfold for concrete where the roses go. Moving up the toe to pole, fighting going toe to toe with struggles that I didn't know. I'm breaking six to make the glow, to show you there's a different flow. The GPS that knows the road to get to where we need to go. True. Hey, I'm black and I'm proud, no apologies with it. A little Irish, little Scottish, so I'm mixing, I get it. Power 10 was in Virginia, so I'm home when I visit. Know yourself and know your wealth, I found myself, I'm committed. My granny passed from colon cancer, I should tap the blue ribbon. If she was here, she'd say, forget it, son, go tell them you winning. Share with people that you love, you only get what you giving. Forget the hate, fill up your plate, go show your city you living. Fix your face, you woke up this morning. Add your loved ones to your prayers, cause your friends still moaning. Find the happy thoughts within you and they push up on it. I could read the negative like I was hooked on phonics. I can see how some of my brothers, they got this demonic. Our upbringing, it was different, they ain't get this knowledge. DC University, most people skip this college. And by the way, I'm truly him, most guys don't get this honest. My friends, they tell me the T, some things you wouldn't believe. So many ideas conceived, then they gave birth to the streets. I just escape on these beats, today vacation depletes. Then I get back on my mental, relieving stress with this pencil. I get aggressive but gentle, I got some knowledge I'll lend you. It just depends what you're into. If your intentions are positive, I make sure I commend you. Cause I don't know what you've been through, but it's a story we'll get to. And we don't think the same, but I won't make it an issue. The grind, it never stops, and so my hustle's a ritual. My words, they shoot like bullets, you gon' feel when they hit you. Let this different way of thinking rip and tear through your tissue. Hey, help somebody, make a difference. For your people, stay committed. Born a sinner, gotta get it. Switch it up after repentance. If you want it, go and get it. Speak your thoughts, we never timid. I'm still tripping off that picture that I seen a little image. Cause that could have been my son or daughter, dog, so with my business. I just had to share my introverted thoughts to show commitment. I just had to stop and think of the importance of our women. They the ones that help us go and push us way beyond our limits. True, come and get a truly vaccination, dog, cause I'm the illest. Yes, sir. New and Mo and Truly Him, we about to keep it independent. Lord, stop looking at your watch, cause I'ma be here for a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a dope ass little freestyle right there. Truly, I rocks with the young man. I like his music. I got other music, but from him as well. But you'll check that out on Fire Friday, cause that's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up next. Fire Friday. Yes, you gotta come through and check it. A lot of great videos I'm gonna be showing as usual. I always try to unload my clip. There's a lot of videos in here, and I'm probably gonna add another video on here for this Fire Friday. But it's cool. If you don't make it, if your music does not make it for Fire Friday, guess what? You can tune in this Sunday for Slick Mouth Sunday, because I'm going to talk some shit on Sunday as well. Probably an hour or two, but I'll be playing music all day on Sunday as well. Yeah, and if you have Spotify, if you have music on Spotify, make sure you hit me up and send me the link so that I can play your music, and you make sure you get all the credit on there up on the new station. Because guess what? Hold on, y'all. Because guess what's happening next? When we do the show, which you can go to our website and check the show from there too as well. We're going to do it on Station Head. So send me your link, and I will definitely play your music on the show. Come through. You want to come through, be on the show, want to do an interview, holla at your girl. Do that. Come through and holla at your girl. You want your product or music or any of those things placed on the show, hit us up at ambitiouslythepodcast@gmail.com, and we will send you our advertisement package so you can see our prices and figure out if this is the fit for you. And we'll have a discussion. I'm open for discussion. Make sure you check out our website. I always tell y'all that. Check out our website, www.ambitiouslyentertainment.com. Again, that is ambitiouslyentertainment.com, www.ambitiouslyentertainment.com. When you come through, thank you to whomever dropped a comment. I appreciate you. I'm sorry I don't speak your language, so I can't really speak your name, but I love you. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you so much. But come through, join the conversation, drop a comment. It's all good. That's what we're here for. Remember, any music that we play on this podcast, we have full permission to play. I wouldn't play it if we didn't. Again, hit our Linktree link, and that'll take you everywhere you need to go concerning us. And if you like the show, don't be afraid to, leave a donation if you choose to do so. That link is also in the Linktree link as well. We are on all streaming sites, so you can check the podcast. If you didn't get to check the live version, you can go back and check it. You can check it on YouTube. And you can go to our Ambitiously the Podcast page on Facebook if you're on Facebook, and check it there too as well. We're available. We're trying to make things happen for this little show of ours. We love it. But yeah, with that being said, I gotta get out of here, y'all, because I always got things to do, like go check on my daughter, make sure she all snug as a bug. And with that being said, I love you guys. Good night.